Hey everybody, it's Ron and Elena and Debbie. We're back for another edition of Ask Ron this week.
I brought the boss in. This is Elena. She's going to help me answer these questions. This is my 8-year-old great-granddaughter, right? So how many of you are there in the greats? There's how many? Only you? No, there's
You're
nine.
the only great one, huh,
Nine.
Elena?
There's 9 grands and there's 9 greats. This is the smartest one, though, I got to tell you.
Uh-oh, we won't let the others watch this.
She gets all A's in school, and she gets
Good.
4 stars and all kinds of cool
And
stuff.
last year I was chosen to
Speak
be
up.
student. Last year I was chosen to be student body president.
You were
Wow.
chosen to be. You were
Chosen.
You were chosen to be student body chosen.
Chosen.
All right, to be student body president. All right. Ask me questions because I'm gonna bounce them off of her. See
All right, let's go.
answers are right.
Here's our first question from Katrina Manley. And she did not tell us where she's from.
Katrina, shame on you.
I've heard chatter within the last 2 weeks about A, first right of refusal on mortgage note while the seller wants to move the note, or when the seller wants to move the note, sorry, and B, substitution of collateral. All, of course, were related to seller finance deals. What exactly are these,
Okay.
and do you implement them in your business?
Yeah, sometimes I do. First right of refusal. Oh, I forgot to ask you. Do you know what a first right of refusal is? No? Oh, I guess can I answer it then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A first right of refusal is a paragraph that you put in a note that you're giving back to a seller that just says you have the first right of refusal to match any offer they get for somebody that wants to buy that note. I mean, if they're going to sell it for discount, might as well offer it to you first, cost nothing. Substitution of collateral is much more complicated. That's when we're moving a loan back to a seller off the house we originally bought from them and moving it to another house. And generally we do that when we're cashing out of house A. If we take the loan back to the seller off of house A and move it to another house that we have at the time we're getting cashed out on house A, then that gives us all that cash, and we keep, in other words, instead of paying off the seller, we keep all that cash. Now you can't do all of that, of course, unless you have the seller's blessing, but it's a whole seminar for me to teach you the steps of doing that. In fact, Debbie, why don't you put that on the list? Maybe we'll do that seminar one day, because I'm sure it's not on the Go Club.
Okay, we'll do it.
If anybody besides her cares.
Okay.
All right.
All right, next question is from Duran White.
Duran?
Hi, Ron. I apologize if I'm beating a dead horse with the scripts discussion. However, I have my property lead sheets with the script on it, and I
Yeah.
watched the video of the script training for the VAs.
Yes.
I've seen the video of you, Ron, and the young lady, that would be me, that was our video that we did, doing the skit when I pretended to be the seller.
All right.
I am everything in my business. Let's see, I am everything in my business until I do my first deal
Right.
and can get to boot camp.
Uh-huh.
After watching the videos, I still feel like you start in the middle of the process. Should I call a FSBO lead and give my business name and then start with the script, or should I act like I'm a VA? What's
I
the
don't know
best
what
way?
you're talking about unless I was working on scripts after the property information sheet was filled out by the VA. If you picked the conversation up there, then I was starting in the middle. Since you are the only one, you got to call and get the property information sheet filled out yourself, and then just continue the conversation that's on the scripts. Are you mocking me? Huh? You know, there used to be 10 great-grandchildren. You know what happened to the 10th one? I'm going to tell you sometime. I can just tell you this, they were mocking me. All right. So I think I answered that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Okay, and one more question from Duran. I've been listening to the audios and videos, and you say get out there and find some ugly houses as a starting point for newbies, and the uglier the better. I found 3 that I believe are abandoned and are foreclosure or pre-foreclosure. Do I do a yellow letter to the trustee or banks, or what do I even do here?
Well, I don't know, because if you can go on public record and find out who owns it, then you send the yellow letter there. If you can't, then all you can do is leave one in the house in case the seller would come back, and I'd mail one to the house as well, and I'd put address correction requested on the envelope, and if the post office sends you that back for 60 or 70 cents, you found them. And if none of that works, you can always go on a website that is designed to hunt people down, and there's a whole ton of them. Just go to Google and say, I want to find someone, And there come a bunch of sites where you can put in their name and whatever they ask you and try to locate them. And then go to 411.com and see if you can get their phone number, because it's all about trying to get them on telephone. You can get them on the phone. If it's not if it's not been filed on yet, the seller still has the right to sell it. If it's already been through foreclosure, then obviously you won't get anybody on the telephone, and it's a waste of time if it's been through foreclosure and there's no sign in the front yard, because the bank won't contact you if you try to reach them. You just wait till it gets listed and then go to the realtor and make an offer that way. But before it's listed, you can do everything you can to track down the seller, because it's still fair game for you to buy if the math makes sense. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes if it's over leveraged, it's a waste of time anyway.
Okay, next question.
Did I answer that right? Huh?
I think you did, because she was,
don't know what
she was leading the conversation, I
You
believe.
don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what happened.
Okay,
but I'll find out.
but you haven't been to my boot camp, right? Huh? No?
You're inviting me to your boot camp?
Not until you come up with some money.
You gotta pay for it, Elena.
That's right.
Okay,
You don't
next.
have to pay for getting our houses?
No. You be quiet. Amelia.
Next question is from Doug Kiefer. We're going to
Yes.
actually get through this eventually.
Yeah, Doug.
How do you add your names to title deeds, say if you are buying a property on a 24-month contract?
If you're buying it on a contract, Doug, it depends on what kind of contract. Because if it's a land contract, the deed stays in the seller's name. You're not on the deed, but you still have a legal ownership of the property. If you buy it subject to, then you're going to buy it in a trust, and that's simply them deeding it to you anyway. You don't add your name to it. You buy it in a land trust. If you're buying it with owner financing, you buy it in a land trust. Your name doesn't show on the deed either. Your land trust does as the owner. Then you become the owner of the land trust as the beneficial interest. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah.
It's a question I
think
heard.
so.
Okay.
Okay, this next question
Stop
is
it.
for Elena.
Elena.
Elena, what is your favorite thing about your great-grandpa Ron?
Nah, somebody didn't ask that question. Debbie made that one up. But you can answer.
But we want to know.
What's your favorite thing about your favorite great-grandpa?
Sticks up for people when they need it.
He sticks up for people when they need it. You mean that I actually give all of your relatives money when they need it? Is that what you really meant? No? Okay.
That is just
Never.
rude. Coming to someone and asking them for money when they are not doing anything.
Sorry I asked. Never mind. Is that all of them?
Ron, that's all we have this week. Thank
All
goodness.
right, guys. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving yesterday, and I'll see you next week. You better get going. The year's almost up, but you still got another month. Let's get some deals done. See you soon.